Hey you, I'm Elle from elleseesyou.blogspot.com, and today I wanted to talk to you about over-the-counter treatments for keratosis pilaris, KP as it's called, or even chicken skin. And in fact, years ago when I Yahoo'd this, because that's how long ago it was, Google wasn't even around, I looked up chicken skin because I had this condition for most of my life and I was trying to figure out what in the world it was. So today I'm going to share with you some information about it, so just in case you have it or your child has it or someone you know and they are interested in treatment, I'm going to talk about some different options, and everything's going to be over the counter or you can find it online. And before we begin, since I am not a physician, I don't even play one on YouTube, y'all. I just want you to be sure to check everything and clear it with your physician to make sure that these treatments, while relatively harmless, I just want to be sure, be on the safe side, Captain Careful, nothing wrong with that, before you start anything. So let's begin. So I thought I would give you some information about KP. It is actually a genetic skin condition that affects about half of the population. So if you have it, chances are somebody in your family has it as well. And it's characterized by the appearance of rough, slightly red bumps on the skin. And a lot of times, as far as location, you'll find it on the back of your arms. I have it on my forearms, which some people do. Some people even have it on their face. You'll find it on your legs, but never like your hands or the bottom of your feet. And it's often mistaken for acne, and I know when I was actually asking my physician about it years ago, that's what he said. He's like, oh, it's just acne, it'll go away, and it did. It doesn't hurt, but if you feel it, it feels like sandpaper on your arms, so you don't have those smooth arms like everybody else. And they're created by an excess of keratin in the skin. Keratin is a natural protein that occurs within us, but in our case it gets trapped in those hair follicles and is a creamy color substance. So if you were to pop the bumps, which I don't recommend, it will look like kind of like a whitehead. And to me, I tend to experience this worse in the winter months, which is winter right now, as opposed to summer months when naturally you have more humidity in the air. So as I said before, it's not contagious, it's not going to hurt you. It's sometimes itchy, sometimes just more of a cosmetic thing than anything else. For me, it started in adolescence, but I've seen it in younger ages in children, and I've seen it in women after pregnancy. They've gotten it, or it's become way worse than what they had before. I've seen it mostly in dry skin individuals, but I have seen it in all skin types. It's harmless, so there's really no sort of medical treatment, but you can pursue those avenues if you want to, and I can give you recommendations. Just send me a comment or email me at elleseesyou.com and I can tell you what to ask your physician for or your dermatologist about. But I wanted to focus just on drugstore stuff. So the first option that you can use is an over-the-counter prenatal vitamin, and these I would recommend for women because they're great not only for your hair, your nails, and your skin, but if you are acne prone, if you're prone to cystic acne, I would highly avoid them because they can exacerbate it and make it worse. So that's something you definitely want to check with your physician about. The next thing that you can try is a granule exfoliation. So think like salt scrubs and sugar scrubs. You can buy plenty of these. They're sold everywhere and they're made with different materials, or you can make your own. What I find is that if I use the salt scrub, it makes it worse, and if I use a gel, it kind of dries it out. So for that case, if you're looking to make it or buy it on your own, look for something that's creamy in there, and I generally stay away from the salt. But I wanted to put the salt out there because I know people who have tried it, like Lush has one, a sea salt scrub, and it completely worked for them and it got rid of the KP. So just exfoliate to use this, you would just exfoliate your arms during the shower. You can apply it with a hand or with a washcloth and do that every time you shower. Next up, we have the manual exfoliation, and I have tried all sorts of brushes and gadgets and things to try to help with that, and the thing that I find best, and I have two suggestions that work absolutely amazing. The first one is a Kojak sponge, and these are really, really popular right now because they're natural, they're plant derived, and essentially it looks like a rock, and it's very hard, and once you fully saturate it with water, it becomes soft. And these are normally designed for the face, but they do have body ones out there. You would just exfoliate your skin just like you did beforehand, and the sponge will slowly wear down, and then you would throw it away and buy a new one. These can be expensive. I have used them from Dr. Sponge before, and I've also purchased them at places like TJ Maxx where they were on quite a discount. EcoTools is a drugstore brand that makes them that you can find at your drugstores or at Walmart, places like that. But what I really like is using these Italian washcloths. That's what they're called, but they're actually an Asian beauty product. And these are made with 100% viscose. So viscose is a half plant, half synthetic fiber. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but they are really, really rough on the skin. You can kind of hear it. And I like these because they're super, super cheap. So it's just a washcloth, very, very thin. They come in a variety of colors, which is fun, you know, whatever. I have a pink in the bathroom right now. This is green. And you just rub it on your skin. I've used body wash with this, or I'll just use it with water. And it really makes your skin smooth. So that's a good one. And they're so inexpensive. You can find these in Asian beauty stores. You can find them on Amazon, eBay, different places like that. You'll get like a pack for like a couple of bucks. So I highly recommend these. And they're wonderful for travel since they're so thin. You can see how thin they are. You can just easily throw them in. They dry out quickly before you move on to your next destination and pack up your bag. But for those of you who refuse to buy anything drugstore, I hear you. I know everybody's particular. I have one friend that will only buy high-end stuff. So for somebody like her, I would recommend the Dermasori Mitt. It is exactly the same thing. It's not quite as harsh, but it really does work, and you can quickly get to all those areas that you need to exfoliate. But if you aren't into the manual exfoliation or the granule, and maybe your skin's too sensitive because those are rougher washcloths to deal with, then you might want to go the moisturization exfoliation route, and that's where all of these suggestions come in. I actually use the washcloth, and then I'll moisturize it afterwards, and I do it twice a day. So these are great creams. If you want to go that route, the first product I would recommend is KP Duty, and this is sold by DermaDoctor, which I know sounds steep, but I promise you it really, really works to get you that smoother skin. And this has glycolic acid and urea, and those two ingredients just really work to kind of chemically exfoliate the skin in a softening way. So you don't have to worry when I say chemicals or when I say acids, don't think of that in a negative way. It's not going to burn your skin or anything like that. They're absolutely safe to use, but it really does work. I want to give you some drugstore options that have also worked for me. The first one for that would be amlactin, and that can be found drugstores online, and I love it because it has lots of different product versions available. You can do lotions, you can do creams. I like the good thick creams. I find those work the best. And this one has lactic acid, which is found in like yogurt or your dairy products, milk, but I have never had a reaction to it, and I do have a dairy sensitivity. And it also has alpha hydroxy acid, so that's going to be great at exfoliating your skin naturally. Just be careful with anything with the acids in it that you do use sunscreen before you go out, which you should be doing anyway, but just be careful if your arms or legs or areas aren't covered. Another cream and another brand I like is this one from CeraVe, and this is the Renewing SA cream. So this has salicylic acid, and essentially this just came out of the bathroom, so it's a little wet, but essentially it's just a thick cream that I put on twice a day, and I've been using this in conjunction with the washcloth. So that's like my method. So a couple of things I wanted to share that you can do, but just took forever to work for me. With these methods, I find with the washcloth, I instantly felt results, but for the continuous smoothing effect, with the cream, if you were just to use the cream, it could take anywhere from 2 months to really see a difference with that. So I did want to share that with you. But a couple things that I tried that just didn't work or just seemed to take forever. The first one is coconut oil. For me, it just seemed to take forever to notice the results in my KP, not my skin, but just the KP that I wanted. And if you have ever read my blog before, you know that I'm a very thorough reviewer, and I have tried this and I'll try it again, and it's just, it's too much to work with. The next product that did nothing for me is a brand new one from Gold Bond, and I love Gold Bond. And this one is specifically for that rough skin, for that chicken skin, and it was just too thin of a cream for me. I tried it, it said you'll see results in a month, you'll see results in a couple weeks. Did nothing for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I'll be happy to address them, or you can always email me down below. It's always in the down bar, so you can click on that or copy and paste it. And what I find is if I quit doing these, the KP hardness and all that comes right back. I find that if it truly bothers you, as far, because I know some people have darker skin and the bumps appear darker, I would suggest using makeup such as an airbrush makeup or Derma blend. You can find that at Bed Bath & Beyond. You can find it online, and of course you can find it at your Ulta or Sephora. So you can cover it cosmetically if it's something that truly bothers you in the meantime. So with that being said, I hope you have a great day. Be safe, behave, and be well. Start treating your KP now so that way by the summertime you'll be ready to go. And love Elle. Bye.